Mythology Affects Our Popular Culture by Milton M.J. Hernandez. Long ago, the gods and goddesses of ancient mythologies were worshipped zealously by their followers. Their gods were idols in their life, and they controlled everything that had to do with their existence, and they devoted everything towards honoring them. But now, these ancient mythologies are a mere remnant of the past, and we can only look on them as a fictitious story that happened long ago. But is everything we know of them really all gone? These mythological beings continue to keep finding their way back into the lives of human existence, back into our world today. For instance, structures still stand that were built long ago, buildings that house the worshipping places of these grand beings. The Sphinx, a Greek being which terrorized the city of Thebes, is now a national landmark in the country of Egypt. The pyramids of Giza, also a national landmark in Egypt, define the Egyptian mythology and how the Egyptians believed their followers went to heaven. How about something recent? What about the Louvre Museum in France? Looks a lot like the pyramids of Giza, wouldn't you say? This is a structure taken directly from the design of the pyramids. What about the gargoyles that line the sides of many classical buildings? These gargoyles were designed as the first gutters, so to say. Gargoyles also happen to be very grotesque creatures from mythology, terrorizing anyone in their path. Notice this famous landmark? The George Washington Monument in Washington, D.C. is the design of an obelisk, which is an Egyptian statue devoted to the sun god. Let's take a look at some even more modern things. What about companies, for instance? Midas is an auto repair company. What about King Midas, the king who could turn anything he touched to gold? Wonder why they sing, "Trust the Midas touch" at the end of their commercials? Pandora is an internet radio station where its listeners open a box of mystery and learn to listen to music from everywhere. I wonder if the real Pandora thought that she was only opening a box of music as well. Nike, the fabled sporting company known for its path to victory. Nike also happens to be the Greek goddess of victory. I wonder why they named it that. Mars bars. It's a very delicious candy, but they're not named after the planet. They're named after the Roman god of war, Mars. Hermes, the messenger god, flew around with a scepter coiled by two serpents. It looks incredibly similar to the blue shield, doesn't it? Even many elements on the periodic table are named after gods and goddesses, such as thorium. Have you looked on the back of a dollar bill recently? Have you noticed the all-seeing eye above the unfinished pyramid? We can trace this all-seeing eye back to the Eye of Horus. Horus was an Egyptian god. The mascot of our judicial system is even taken from Greek mythology. Athena was often seen with a scale. Shakespeare may have taken from other authors, but he most certainly took from Greek mythology. Many of his plays were based off of the stories and the characters from many mythologies. No one just comes up with the idea of Santa Claus on their own. He has to come from somewhere. Why don't we take him from Odin, a Norse god who rode around on his horse and left gifts and goodies for children? I would bet that even Santa's little helpers are actually elves from Norse mythology as well. Not only did Norse mythology have elves, they also had dwarves. Elves, dwarves, and all sorts of other creatures that have found their way into almost every fantasy story known to man. Light elves from Norse mythology and dark elves strike a resemblance to something more modern. The iconic images of battling light elves and dark elves would make perfect for the images of the very joyful angels and the horrific demons. The images of angels and demons find their creation in the stories of light elves and dark elves from Norse mythology. Hel, spelled H-E-L, is the Norse goddess of the land of the dead. Her name is perfect for the land of the underworld that we know today, Hell, spelled H-E-L-L. And when it came time to start painting images of God, why not find an already powerful ruler? How about Zeus, king of the Greek gods? It's no coincidence that these two bear a striking resemblance. So these grand beings of old, the characters of these wonderful stories we hear, the images that are left behind for us to admire, and the symbols that we have come to know as ancient mythologies are all still very much around us. In fact, mythology is one of the very few things that has remained constant throughout our entire human history. Thank you for watching.